This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast. Catch up podcast, whatever it's called.
Whatever
We're very
it's called.
professional.
Yeah.
Yours is just as loose as ours. That is
Special
such
guest.
a relief to hear.
Joel Creasey.
Joel, fantastic to have you on board today. And, you give us a bit of insight on Jeff Bezos' wedding.
Yes, I'm across the guest list, and it's a bit Marlon Rando, the guest list.
Yes, it is.
There's a few regular what would you call it, regular sort of faces, and then Oprah, she goes to the opening of a door,
she really does.
Although she sent Gail to space, let's be honest.
That's amazing.
That was
Gail
a
didn't
test
want to
run.
go.
No,
Yes,
she
it was a
didn't.
test run. Canary down the mine. Oprah wants to go next.
Exactly.
But it's delicious. The
Hey,
wedding,
can I
all the
tell you, we
juice.
didn't talk about this when we did talk about the Bezos wedding, but the one thing I liked about this wedding is that the bride is actually age appropriate. Do you know that?
Oh, yeah, good
'Cause,
point. 'Cause
Yes.
Leo is there.
It's a great point. Because Jeff Bezos, 61, Lauren Sanchez,
60.
55. And you go,
55.
that's normal.
Yeah, that's
normal.
fine.
Yeah, that's
That's
right. It's not
fine.
like he
Yeah.
married a 25-year-old.
Something else we didn't discuss about the wedding itself. Do you bring a gift? Are these all celebrities and stuff like that? Is there a gift thing? What do you think, Joel?
On the invite, there was a link to donate to a charity that I cannot remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's nice. That's
Yeah,
nice.
I would have got him an Amazon gift voucher.
That would have been...
Yeah, exactly. We catch up with Caitlin Bassett, and Joel and Caitlin reminisce about when they were Casanovas together.
That
yeah,
was
a little
nice.
bit of all the hard work we did, napping on the beach.
You what?
We talk about the jurors in the mushroom trial, the fact that two of them aren't going to make the cut. It's like, and so we talked to people about when they sat through a whole lot of something for nothing.
Jordan Clark joins us from the Fremantle Dockers as well. Oh, he was on fire over the weekend.
He was.
We were very, very proud of him.
Because he kicked a
Yeah.
goal and he threw up the Nova N, and that made
I'm
us
bloody
so
stoked.
happy.
I'm stoked. And also, number 6 on the ladder, I just looked very well done. Congratulations.
With a
Actually, real
rocket
chuffed
too.
with that.
You're
With a
really across it, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, I go for 14s.
Oh, okay. What
14.
four are they?
I
Let me
go
guess.
for... Okay, you guess.
So Dockers, yes.
Yep, correct.
I reckon you've got a bit of the Greater Western Sydney Giants in you.
No,
not one of them.
No. One
Okay.
Sydney team.
One
There's one
Sydney
Sydney
team.
team.
Okay,
Swans
Swannies,
then.
Swannies.
Swans, because
Yes.
I was the boundary rider for them once.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, Blackers goes for Hawthorn. Has he tried to get you on that
No,
bandwagon?
it's not that.
No,
Therefore,
close.
no.
Next
way.
suburb over.
Cute.
Eyes.
Richmond. Oh, because you lived in
Richmond
Richmond.
Tigers.
Yes.
I lived in Richmond, and then Adelaide Crows to round it out because they once booked me for a corporate gig.
It's only fair.
Nailed it.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean. On Nova 937.
It's 6:05. Nathan, Nat and Sean. Happy Monday, my friend.
Good to be here. Yeah.
Start of the week. It's all ahead of us.
I mean, here's the thing. Like teachers,
Yes.
we go on holidays at the end of this week.
God damn it. And haven't we been educating the students all this term, hey?
Yeah, that's it. Actually,
I mean, who works harder? You got to ask yourself.
Nobody.
Don't
You've
you?
checked,
So many
right?
people now. So
Hey,
many.
we got to start with thank you to Jordan Clark, who kicked a
yeah.
goal. And Shawnee, what did he do?
He did the sign for the Nova, representing
Nova
us.
N, yeah.
Nova gang sign.
We don't know. We kind of Googled to see whether it was actually a legitimate gang sign. We couldn't find anything, so we're hoping he's not going to get cancelled.
Yeah,
We'll
we
find
were
out.
hoping it wasn't going to be MS-13 because you know what happened with those guys. It was great. I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it come the moment. He had 2 shots on the day, one
Yeah.
earlier on. I
Yeah.
thought, is this going to happen? And then eventually he did.
Off a 50-metre penalty, I think obviously the umpire was on our side too.
Oh, no question.
Just
No
quickly,
question.
this is my live reaction when it happened when I was watching it at my in-laws. Ollie was
Hey, Ollie!
Yes, Ollie, you nailed it.
Thank
Well,
you,
that's
Jordan
great.
Clark. Legend. He
Yes.
pulled through.
I know, it's so good.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Front page of the paper, 000 calls. We'll get to the specifics in a second. Have you guys ever used 000?
Once.
Yes,
Only
once. Yeah, once.
To call an ambulance for somebody, yeah.
Yeah.
They came across a motorcycle, a guy had fallen off a motorbike, and there was a girl there who was kind of first on the scene, and she's going, call an ambulance, which is
What
you do first aid training, that's what you do.
Do they do the typical, what is it? What do they say when you first...
Yeah, what service do you need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it...
It's like ambulance, please.
All right. So that's a good reason to call.
Yes.
But 45,000 000 calls in WA made last year. 1 in 10 were categorised as non-emergency. So pretend
4,500. That's no
That's
good.
a lot because you're just taking up time. Sean,
It's
hang on.
10%.
Do you want to say that again? How many?
4,500.
2 + 2 is 4. -1, that's 3. Quick maths.
Quick maths.
Quick maths.
Yep. All right,
Johnny Mac.
you guys are the operator. Here are the calls the legit calls that came in. How do you respond? First one.
What is your emergency, please?
I'm very frustrated about Donald Trump winning the US election.
No, that is an emergency.
Join the line.
We'll send someone round.
Hang on. Hang there.
We'll send
Won't be a
someone
second.
round to give you a hug.
All right, second real call that happened last year. Can I have help with my car tyre?
Well, I only rang once, to be fair. So,
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Those
'cause I
things
know
are
how to
tricky.
change a tyre.
All right, next one. And I guess there are conditions behind the callers that could happen because this might have been an older person one. However, it's lost my TV remote. Can you help?
No, that's not.
put out an APB.
There's no age at which that's an appropriate call to the emergency services.
Imagine if the cops come flying down your street, the sirens are blaring the whole lot. You come out as a neighbour. You come out as a neighbour. You want to know
Oh,
what's going on.
God. Yeah. I hear somebody's lost their remote. We're here to help.
Did you look under the couch? All right, next one. Oh, I just want to let you know that and I can relate to this, there are ducks crossing a very busy highway.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah, I
that's an
did see
emergency.
that, actually.
That's an emergency.
That's a tough
Well,
one.
who do you call?
Who do you call?
Again, definitely not 000. Please don't call 000.
Well, what
I don't know. There's a wildlife
are
number.
the people expecting from the police when there's ducks crossing
Well,
the
an
road?
escort.
That you stop the traffic.
Yeah,
you
you
want a
save
traffic
their life.
stopper.
When there's
Probably the council is who you would call for that, I would think.
Yeah, that's the most
Yeah.
one I can understand the most. There's two, well, at least last one. My neighbour's tree is blocking my view.
Yes, no, that's an emergency. And it's obviously just happened and it's life-threatening.
Yeah, exactly.
They were legit calls happening. All right,
Okay. Hey, rule of thumb. Is somebody dying? Like, is this a life-threatening emergency?
Yes.
If not, just deal with it yourself.
What if ducks are going to die?
Well,
That's still death.
That's life-threatening to the ducks, you're
Yeah.
right.
I would like to see how many times that they can tell us people have dialed 911.
Oh, yeah, that's a
I
great
reckon that
point.
would be a huge thing. 45,000 people
Yep.
contacted.
I do know of somebody that did this by mistake, but yeah, because she was young and she was in a panic,
Yep.
and that's what she did.
Yeah.
And she'd go,
What happens?
I don't know. She was
I don't wanna do it.
riddled with.
I don't wanna
Yeah,
do it.
don't do
Should
it.
you do it?
No, because
Yeah.
if it does go to 000, then we're
it
one of
wouldn't
the.
do.
Yeah,
wouldn't
because
it?
hopefully it
Do you reckon it would?
In this day and age, you would almost have to. I would think.
Yeah,
What,
and then
911 go to 000?
Yeah, divert
Give it a go, Ross.
no, I can't, then we would be a non-emergency. It'll be
No, just hang up before it.
they'll trace my number and then I'm done.
Do you know they do that?
Yeah, they call back.
When I was when I was
of course.
at Cairo many years ago, I had a phone in my consult room, so so my receptionist could put calls through to me if I needed to speak to somebody privately, and there was a kid in the room, so Mum had brought a kid in. He was just playing with the phone, picked it up. He dialed 000 and hung up. And I didn't know. And so then my receptionist gets a call on her line saying, it's the ambulance. We just had a call from and they realise it's a business and what it is, right?
Yeah.
And that's the sort of business that could legitimately call an ambulance, right? And the receptionist's like, I don't know what you're talking about. No. And they went, no, we've had a call from here. Can you please check that everything's okay?
Yeah.
And what it was the kid. And I told the mum later and she said, oh, yeah, it's the second time he's done it.
Oh,
131 444 is the non-emergency hotline. Just a heads up, you can technically be charged with, if you do a non-emergency call, creating a false belief, maximum penalty, 12 months jail, 12 grand fine.
Ross,
What are
911.
you in for?
Ross,
I
911.
called 000.
I'm not
about
Give it a go.
that.
Give it a
If I
go.
call 911,
Everyone wants to know.
Google what happens if you call 911 in Australia.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We just heard Lose Control from Teddy Swims. Time to put somebody else into the draw to win this trip to Vegas to see him live there, which is going off on Friday.
Vicky, are you free Friday to hear the result?
I will be.
Vic, have you ever been to Vegas before?
No way. No,
I tell you
not
what.
at all. My gosh.
I know the movie Vicky Does Vegas, that'd go off, wouldn't it? Hey?
I see it now. Who would you take, Vicky?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I have to take my partner.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to.
I know. I know. You need someone who's going to go absolutely mental with you.
You want your wingman,
Oh,
don't
my
Fun
you?
God.
friend. You want your fun friend.
Yeah.
Absolutely. absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Yeah,
That's
you-
so exciting.
Vicky, you're officially in the running, and Creasey Swan could be calling you back this Friday, okay? So good luck.
Thank you so much. Have a good day, guys.
You too.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Joel Creasey.
Joel, good morning.
Good morning. I don't know if you can you hear me because
Yeah.
I certainly cannot hear you.
Oh,
Ah.
that makes it fun, doesn't it? We can hear you fine, but you can't hear us telling you that.
I know. This is the least surprising
Technology.
thing that happens here at Nova.
We are a groundbreaking technological masterpiece, aren't we, just?
We can get Jordan Clark to kick a goal and do the Nova sign, but we can't get Joel in a Nova studio to talk to us. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's working well.
All right.
Hello, have you got me now?
Yeah, we
Joel,
got you
we've
now.
got you. Can you hear us?
I heard the words I heard the words Jordan Clark and then I've and then it all faded out.
We just say Jordan Clark 3 times, and suddenly things
Joel
work
appears.
around here.
Joel Creasey appears. It's normally wicked. Boom, I'm here. But I guess things work differently in the mornings.
You know. How are you, Joel?
I am wonderful. All the better for seeing the both of you, and of course you, Ross. I'm thrilled. Good morning, Perth.
Oh, good to have you on board. Now, Joel, you're going to be sticking around for a couple of hours to help us do the heavy lifting this morning, which is good news for us.
Yes, I am. You know, I am chiseled out of quartz, and I can do whatever you need. Watch
Well,
out, Ross. I'm coming for your gig.
You've been moving house, so heavy lifting has been your life for the last couple of weeks.
Yes. Did I sleep in this jumper? Perhaps. But am I here? Absolutely. Jack, we only got the Wi-Fi working on the weekend. Jack got it done in 30 seconds, and I've never been more attracted to him.
Wow,
Yes.
that is hot, I've got
Yeah.
to say. When somebody
It's
can do
hot.
that. Maybe you could get him to work at Nova and organise these links so that things
Oh
work
my
properly.
gosh. Well, he floated the idea of managing me the other day. He's like, well, I could manage you because, you know, some celebrities have their partners manage them. And I said, I would never work again if that were the case.
Doesn't Ricky Lee's husband manage her?
Yes, but
Yeah.
he knows numbers and stuff.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
Jack's string.
So-
I mean, Jack carried a couch up the stairs yesterday as
Yeah.
well in front of me. That was another.
Did he-
one.
did he
Wow,
pivot?
I'm really attracted to him this morning. What's going on?
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
Things are really ramping up. We've got Joel Creasey with us, by the way, I should say.
morning, good
There he
morning.
is.
Joel.
Joel, you're in Melbourne, of course, where which is the epicentre of the mushroom trial.
Oh, hang on. Well, lucky this isn't being a broadcast in Melbourne. Epicentre is a triggering word for us Melburnians. Epicentre, pandemic,
Oh, pandemic,
rat. But yes, oh my gosh, the mushroom, the chat about mushrooms around town
I can imagine.
has consumed us.
Yeah, for sure. So today is an important day in the trial. So the judge will finish he instructs the jury, and then what happens is they do a ballot, because it turns out that there's 14 jurors who've been sitting through everything.
Yeah.
But only 12 get to deliberate. So then they do
Oh,
a ballot,
God.
and that means there are going to be 2 jurors who've sat through every minute of that trial, and you don't know that whether you're going to be deliberating. So you have to pay attention, Sean, to every fight.
Yeah, how do you
Little tiny detail.
Oh no, you said it's a ballot, right? I was going to say,
Yes.
like, do you pitch your case? Like, oh, I'd be so great at making this decision.
They do a quick round of Shark Tank to decide, who
I'm
gets
out.
to be
I'm
in
out.
it.
I mean,
No, that's not fair. If you sat there the whole time through, this has been going on for weeks and weeks, and
Yeah,
it's Australia-wide.
we're at 9 weeks.
You've formed an opinion.
Yes, you have. And
Yes.
you've been paying attention. You've been present in the moment for all of it. You've sat through the judge giving 3 days worth of instructions.
yes, you've been
Please.
avoiding beef Wellingtons
You
and
haven't been
mushrooms for
talking
months.
about it to your family because they're not allowed. You're not allowed to discuss it with anybody else. You have
would
to
suck.
only form your opinions from what you've heard in the courtroom, right? So you have been on edge, and everybody's been coming at you with their opinions, and you've got to deflect it for 9 weeks, and then it gets to today, and they do the ballot, and you and a mate have to just sit there and go, oh.
Well, you're not even
We
good enough
sat
to be a
through
juror.
all of that for nothing.
Have you ever been in a situation where you've
I
gone along
just-
to something and then you've not been a part of it?
I mean,
Yes.
have you, Joel? What have you got?
Oh, yeah, my ex. ex, who he's American. He lived in LA.
Yep.
I knew that he had moved on. I had discovered the text messages, but he had a premiere that night, and I really wanted to go to a Hollywood. I'm doing that in inverted commas premiere.
Yes.
And I knew it was over, but I still went along and stood front and centre in every photo. But then I realised he did not want me there, so I went and hung in the bathroom for 2 hours, and nobody noticed.
Oh.
Tragic.
That is very
it's okay.
sad.
No. I plied him with booze, and I pretended like I was drinking too. And then the next morning, when he had a rip out of the hangover, I just belted him. I was like, "Get up! I know everything." So it was all planned.
That's
all
the
staged.
redemption round for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you sat through the flight to LA,
Heartache, Natalie Locke.
the
I
party,
sat through
and
heartache.
then you sat in the toilet for 2
Sit in the
hours.
hot tub for 2 hours. Oh, now that's going through a bit.
That is going through a bit. Look, we've got to talk about it. 13, 24, 10. Did you sit through a whole lot of something and it amounted to nothing, whatever it might be?
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Maybe you went to a wedding and it was a big palaver and then they broke up almost immediately.
Oh,
that would
yeah.
just be annoying, you know?
Yeah.
One. Does your NDA get wiped? I would be fine if I got to sit through it. My NDA gets
And then you
wiped.
could
and
talk
then
about it.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
have a great dinner party story.
Oh, that would be good.
True, because you're not, I mean, they're really concerned about how jurors talking about the deliberation process, but you're not a part of that. So
Yeah.
maybe, although
not my problem.
I remember Nathan got in trouble for talking about the biscuits. So
He did. He got warned.
He did get warned by the judge. I know, that's right. Don't talk about the biscuits.
Okay. Noted.
It's very private. We want to know if you sat through a whole lot of something and it turned out to be worth nothing. Caitlin's in Joondalup. Hello.
Hi, good morning, guys. Long-time listener.
Oh, Caitlin.
First time caller, Caitlin.
So I'm just ringing in. So my partner and I were living overseas in the UK at the time. We flew for 22 hours for my cousin's wedding. We did the whole thing, like dress rehearsal, brought the bridesmaids' dresses, etc., etc. 3 months later, they divorced.
No.
Yep. And we found out the whole family actually had dibs on how long me and my partner were going to last.
That's fun. That's nice.
We do that in my family.
Really positive outlook, isn't it?
Yes, especially at a wedding.
I reckon
Yeah.
that if you get divorced within a year, you should have to refund people that spent
I
a lot of
agree.
money,
Totally
don't
agree.
you? I mean,
Yeah, I think.
yeah, it's bridesmaids especially is big outlay, but also give the
Absolutely.
presents back.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
because my mother-in-law paid for our flights over, I felt so bad because I had to pay her back.
Oh.
Oh, what? Oh.
No, you shouldn't have to pay back
No,
your mother-in-law. You
absolutely
didn't get
not.
divorced.
I think the bride should have paid for the flight
Yes.
personally.
I agree.
Yeah, out of the
Throwing her
wishing
under the
well.
bus.
We're outraged. Isn't that what it's for?
Yeah.
Thanks, Caitlin. Josh is at Alkimos. Good morning, Josh.
Good morning, how are we?
Good,
Great,
Josh.
mate. Did you have to sit through something forever and it amounted to nothing?
Yeah, so I worked for a school and they sent me on with a colleague to a week-long training seminar. So it was from 8 till 4 every day. It was meant to help with their school and all the local schools around and everything like that.
Yep.
And then the day that it finished, I got a new job offer and I took it.
A week of training. That's amazing. That's amazing.
And the worst thing about it is that the person I was going with, you had to teach it with 2 people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when I left, he couldn't teach it.
Oh,
So
he's
he's
doing
that
everyone else.
He's our next caller, actually.
Did you say it was a teaching seminar?
Yeah.
So you're really across no hat, no play in your new workplace.
That's right. Crunch and sip, Joel.
Pretty important stuff. Love your work. Thanks, Josh. And we'll finish with Michelle from Joondalup. Hello.
Good morning.
Okay, Michelle, talk to us. Did you sit through something forever and it amounted to nothing?
Oh, I did. So I was flying out of London and we hopped on the plane and they'd boarded everybody. Then we got this announcement that there was an issue with the starter engine and they didn't want to disembark everybody because we'd all been through security and passport control and that sort of thing. So they're like, sit
You've all had
tight, we'll get this
champagne.
fixed. Absolutely. So anyway, 4 hours later, with no air, you can imagine there were a lot of very stinky, cranky passengers by this point because we had no entertainment because the starter engine wouldn't work, and no air because the starter engine wouldn't work. they came back on the microphone and went, "Yeah, sorry guys, we can't get it fixed. Everyone off and the flight's cancelled."
Oh, you sat on the plane for 4 hours and
they
no,
cancelled
that's
it.
not. That doesn't work for me.
I mean,
You really need to watch Poop Cruise on Netflix. It'll put that into perspective for
Really?
you. Don't you worry.
That's a
Oh
great
my
point.
gosh, Poop Cruise on Netflix is wild.
it does bring to mind too the people that we talked about it last week, but they took off to go to Paris from Perth, and then 7.5 hours in because of the conflict in the Middle East, it was turned around.
Yeah.
So they sat on the plane for 15 hours, and when they got off, they were in exactly the same spot they were when they started.
Bonjour, welcome back to Perth.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Joel, we're about to have a bit of a break. We basically get school holidays off. I'm, as you know, I'm off to Turkey and Greece because I like to, fly into conflict zones.
Yeah, you
Have fun
do.
with that.
Yeah, thank
it's
you.
been nice knowing you, Nat. I think you've done a great job. You've been the backbone of Nova 937, and what a treat to be on air with you.
So literally,
You
you're
just love
taking
a
over
firework,
from
don't
me.
you? A
Yeah.
fireworks show.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not convinced, not 100% convinced that I am going because the situation's so volatile. Anything could happen
Yeah,
between
exactly,
now and Friday night. But fingers crossed. And somebody I know from the dog park, which is, of course, the
Of
hub
course,
of
that's where you get all the goss.
social. It is indeed. She left just a couple of days ago, and she's going to exactly the same place as me. So into Turkey, and then she's going to Greece and staying on the same island as me as well. So she's like paving the way. So if she survives, then I'll
Trailblazer,
follow.
yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Trailblazer.
That's right. No, but what are you doing?
Sean and I are having an affair, and we're both going to Bali.
Finally, the news is out.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe we're breaking it this way.
Joel said, if I pay,
Yeah.
you come.
Yeah.
Sean will
Sean calls
literally
me
do
daddy.
anything.
I'm like, Sean, stop calling me daddy. It's weird. It's so strange.
Well, no, it's weird for you, but it just suits. It just
Yeah,
suits
it's nice
the
for
moment.
you. No, we're both going to Bali. I'm
Very
going for my-
Perth of you.
I know, far north Perth. We're going to. I'm just popping up to far north Perth because the whole family's still in Perth, and it's my parents' 70th, so we're going up to celebrate with the whole family, partners, babies, the whole shebang. I've never been to Bali though and not gotten Bali belly.
Oh.
Any tips?
So every time you go, you get sick.
Every time, but 24 hours, and then they whack a drip in my arm, and I'm fine.
And you're super skinny.
Oh, I look fantastic upon return. Although I remember once I was lying on the floor of the bathroom, like on the cold tiles. I was so unwell. And Jack, my fiance, walked in and he goes, "What are you doing down there?" As if I'd chosen to sleep the entire night down there. And then he just stepped over me and went to the buffet.
Oh.
Stepped over, you went to the. Hey, Joel, my wife takes some powder. I'll get the name of it.
Wow, that's another big call.
She
No,
drinks
like-
this one, though. This is different to the other one.
Okay, right.
But she is one person who gets it time after time, and we went there early this year because we had to go to a wedding, and she got through unscathed. Now, my daughter, on the other hand, when we get there, she always has a Yakult.
Yes,
Every
the
single day.
probiotics. Yes.
Yes, probiotics. And anyway, the first day that we got there early this year when my daughter was there and she hadn't had her Yakult, she was telling people down the beach how she's never got Bali belly. I reckon
Yes.
by 12 o'clock that
no.
night,
Yeah.
she was sick as a dog.
So the answer to your question, Joel, is to not
Yakult.
say I've never had barley belly because that will definitely bring it
yes,
on.
yes,
I'll
Definitely
really
bring it on.
boast about it.
Yes,
Okay. And take
yes.
some Yakult.
So-
Jack thinks Yakult is like a dessert. He has no idea what it is. He thinks it's like an after dinner, like a little,
I know, but he was like an international model, and so he doesn't know
yeah.
what dessert is,
Correct.
does he?
Thank you for
We've all
reminding
seen Zoolander.
Perth of that. I've done really well.
So, do you take the Yakult with you, or do you buy it when you're
No,
up
just
there?
get them from the 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven's there.
Yeah.
Circle K's there. They're all there, Joel. Otherwise, I will get you the name of this powder that Megan takes, which is the
Okay.
probiotics for your stomach. And first time, she got through.
And
She
red
just started
cordial,
taking
isn't
it.
it? Red cordial, doesn't that protect
I've
you?
done the red cordial trick before.
It didn't work.
Oh, Joel would be off his nut. Imagine how high he would be.
Yeah, fun for the family. No, Mum said I should have started taking probiotics a month ago, and I'm going to start today or tomorrow. I don't know if that's long enough to build up tolerance in my system, but I'll give it a crack.
I love that you can't even commit to today. I'm going to start
It's
taking today. Oh,
exhausting.
tomorrow. I've got a lot on.
Am I going to pass the chemist today? I don't know.
No. We don't know.
Hey, Joel, what's the other thing about going to Bali these days is filling out the visa and going through all that
What?
stuff?
There's a visa you have to fill out?
Yes, because you got to take
thank
use your
God I said yes
passport
to copy
photo
on.
and all that kind of information.
Oh,
And upload
okay.
So you do it online before you go? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, online before you go.
Joel,
Really?
you should do it, and then because guaranteed you'll be the only one in the family who's done it, and then they all get turned back, and you get to have the whole villa to yourself.
Oh, yeah. See you later, family. See you, Creaseys. Back to Perth. Oh, that'd be great.
Although, of course, Jenny's listening right now, isn't she?
Morning, Jen.
Oh, yeah. That just crossed my mind as I was saying that would be great. Hi, Mum. Thanks for the free trip to Bali.
She's already had a few wines. Don't worry, she'll forget.
Of
all
course,
right.
it's the morning.
I know. All right, well, keep an eye out for the Creaseys and the McManuses if you are headed to Bali next week, because what a double act that is.
What a dream combo.
Yeah, Ross, you're going too,
Oh, my
Ross.
God.
Yeah, a couple of weeks later, I'll be
Yeah.
at the Padma. So
Yeah.
on Sean's recommendation.
On
and he-
Sean's dime. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Just put it on Sean's bill.
What did you say, Sean? If you pay...
Yeah, I did
Well,
say.
I think now I'm paying for you as well. If I'm Sean's daddy, what are you? You're my grandchild.
Yeah, we'll just
John.
get Ross the roll-out bed. He'll be fine. and some earmuffs.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Last quarter. Sensational play.
Spend more time doing you things, like cheering on your home team from the Bankwest Best Seats.
Here we go. Up for grabs, 2 premium Bankwest best seats. See the Eagles take on the Giants this Friday. That's premium seating, food and drinks all included. You know how the last quarter works, right? 5
absolutely.
people, 4 quarters.
Last person standing. Susan's in Byford. Susan, how do you win the last quarter?
Well, I think you just got to win the last quarter.
Oh, bang on.
Very matter of fact.
Bang
Oh,
on.
thanks for filling me in, Susan. Great, now I know the rules.
Susan, in the first quarter, you're up against Sonia from Herne Hill. Good morning, Sonia.
Good morning.
We're obliged to ask you, how do you win the last quarter, Sonia?
By winning the last quarter.
Bang on. Okay.
Nailed it, Sonia.
We're about to ask you a question. If you know the answer, buzz in with your name. If you get it right, you move through to the second quarter. If you get it wrong, your opponent moves through. All right, let's test your buzzers. Susan?
Susan.
Sonia?
Sonia.
They're working,
Sleep.
guys. Time for the first quarter.
Here we go. In which country would you find the Great Wall?
Sonia. Susan.
Sonia?
China.
Sonia's through to the second quarter, everybody. Goodbye,
On ya,
Susan. Yes, Sonia. Sonia, in the second quarter, you're taking on Kim from Ellenbrook. Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
Kim, how do you win the last quarter?
You win the last quarter.
You
Yes,
certainly
that's
do.
right. Kim, test your buzzer, please.
Kim.
Kim's a little quirky, I like it.
Sonia v. Kim, second quarter, Joel.
Here we go. Sonia v. Kim. In what year was the AFLW launched? Sports question from Joel.
Oh, I don't know.
That's tough. That's tough. Time's up. Good news. We'll ask another question.
Oh, how does that work now, Sean?
Joel, I think you can go with
You
question
can-
number 3.
You ask the next one. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, Blackers would never let me do this. Here we go. Sonia and Kim, which animal is the symbol of the WWF?
Kim.
Kim?
Panda.
Kim's right, everybody. She moves through to the third quarter. Bye, Sonia. Kim, in the third quarter, you're taking on Melvin from Bull Creek. Good morning, Melvin.
Good morning.
Hey, Melvin. We haven't come across a Melvin for a while.
No, we haven't.
Melvin.
No, Melvin. How
And
do you win
Bull Creek.
How do you win the last quarter, Melvin?
You win the last quarter.
Certainly do.
Well said, Melvin. Do you want to test your buzzer, Melvin?
Mel.
Mel, just Mel to his friends.
We're friends
Oh,
now.
we're friends now. That's so nice. Thanks, Mel.
Time for the third quarter.
Here we go. What colour are the stars on the Australian flag?
Kim.
Kim?
White.
Bye, Mel.
See you later, Mel. Nice to meet you, Mel.
Hey, Kim, you're through to the last quarter.
Oh, exciting.
I know, right? Where you're taking on Clint from South Yunderup. Good morning, Clint.
Good morning. Good morning.
How do you win the last quarter, Clint?
Win the last quarter.
You know where we are right now, Clint?
Yeah.
We're in the last quarter. Let's test your buzzer, Clint.
Clint.
Working. Here we go. All right,
Love
Joel. This is,
Kim.
it all comes down to this.
Oh, this is huge. Kim v. Clint. Once again, I'm getting all the sporting questions. Suck
What
it,
makes
Sean.
sense?
Which AFL team had the nickname the Bears before merging with another club?
Clint for the win.
The Brisbane Lions.
Yes. Brisbane is correct. swooped from nowhere.
I'm over the top.
Clint,
Yeah.
you're off to see the footy. You've got 2 premium Bankwest best seats.
Awesome.
The Eagles take on the Giants this Friday. Premium seating, food and drinks all included. Clint,
Amazing. Thank you.
you got to live it up.
Are you an
Thank
Eagles
you very
supporter,
much.
Clint?
No, I'm a Richmond supporter.
Oh, but he loves
Oh.
Bankwest, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Easy.
Who doesn't? Take a number.
All right, when there's premium seating, food and drinks included,
Right,
doesn't
see you
matter who
there.
support.
I know that'd even get me along to the sports concert.
To the sports concert. Remember what happened to you when you went to a basketball match?
Oh,
Joel?
which time? Oh, yeah, when Delavadova fell on me.
Yeah, landed in your lap.
Landed in my lap. I said, buy me dinner first. He didn't find it very funny, but I did.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Joel, we figured we should talk about this with you.
Yes,
the Bezos
definitely.
wedding.
I know, we get the scoop on it now that I'm
Yes.
here in the mornings.
I know.
This is great. I mean, it has consumed the world, this wedding, and it was delayed, this wedding, because they hadn't done the prenup in time. It was meant to be in Aspen, and then they moved it to Venice, and
And everybody
haven't
was
the people of
chanting, we
Venice
want
loved it.
prenup, we want prenup. The Venetians are bang up for it. They loved every minute of it, didn't they? I love there was a massive kind of banner put up that said, if you can afford to hire Venice for your wedding, you can afford to pay tax.
Oh, yeah, I
That is
saw
great.
that one.
The best.
Well, they're sinking, aren't they, poor Venice?
Yeah,
So,
they are.
you know,
They
when
are.
the Kardashians land, that's not going to help.
Hey, Joel, can I ask you? It was everyone that's probably read all the stories and seeing all these celebrities come in. Would you go to a wedding that you don't know the people of?
100%, of course. If it was this wedding, of course I would. But they had 200 people at their wedding, like people from Oprah. Gail was there.
I love
astronaut Gail.
Astronaut
Don't we
Gail.
all the Kardashians, Sydney Sweeney, Tom Brady, Scooter Braun. Do they not have any real friends?
I know that
Good
is
question.
a weird accumulation of people.
Yeah.
Do we know how close they are to, say, Sydney Sweeney?
That's the one that's really stuck out to me. Like,
Out of all of them.
why is Jeff Bezos, the second richest man in the world, mates with Sydney Sweeney?
It doesn't seem right.
Why does she get an invite?
I know. I mean, I guess your wedding's going to look good. The photos are going to look good if Sydney Sweeney's in them. Because she's
Incredible.
beautiful.
Yes, but is Orlando Bloom hooked up with Sydney Sweeney? And Orlando was just here last week because Katy Perry was in town, Joel. What's the goss on that?
Well, they're saying that they split up in Perth. So, Perth, you've done a number on poor Katie.
I know,
She's still on tour.
She got to have a quokka selfie, though, so not a complete
she
loss.
got a quokka selfie. Did she go to the bell tower?
Oh, no doubt. I think that was
hope
first on the
so.
list, yeah.
Yes, bell tower, Westfield Carousel. And I hope she got a Muzz. And Orlando then went to the wedding. And although Orlando, claims to be this eco warrior, then he's on, the $400 million yacht Koru, which is Jeff Bezos' yacht. Because I think they had to move it all offshore because the people of Venice were going to attack otherwise.
Yes, that's right. The Venetians were going to rise up against them. It was a 3-day extravaganza, though. Is that a bit much for a wedding? Because I'd be just tired. I don't want to have to wear heels again,
No, I also hate the recovery day. Don't make it come to recovery.
Oh, Nat,
It's
you
just
mentioned
too big a
Nat.
commitment. I don't want to. I get the premise of the recovery day, and the recovery day is fine if you're just going to the pub and everybody's just very low key. But when it's you've got to get dressed up for the recovery day, no, thank you. No,
And I'm really
thank you.
trying one on the night before, so I'm not coming to recovery.
Yeah, and apparently they were still dancing at 3 a.m.
Yeah, why not? If you're going to go all the way to Venice for a 3-day bender, you might as well go hard.
But I don't want to spend 3 days on your wedding. I want to also wander around on my own and buy some Venetian glass. Do you know what I mean?
Buy a little sexy Venetian mask.
they sell leather gloves there. You know what I mean? I've got other things I could be doing in Venice other than going to another function for your wedding.
Well, it was a Gatsby themed, yeah.
Was it Gatsby themed?
Yes.
All of it?
All of it, or was it just the...
No, I don't think
One
all
of the
it.
events was Gatsby
Yeah.
themed. And I went to a recent birthday party and my wife got all our stuff from Temu, so that was an absolute steal, Joel.
Oh, I'm sure that's what Tom Brady did as well.
Yes, they all flew in Jetstar. I'd love to know what they're asking their private chefs for, because they're all in on private planes and they're all going out on private planes. They're all going to be a little bit hungover, I should hope. And I would love to know what they're ordering from their private jets on the way home. I need a greasy burger.
Well, what do you get on yours?
Oh, yeah, on the Creasey jet.
The Creasey G6.
Qantas are really into the ploughman's board at the moment. I've done a few ploughmans lately.
Look,
Really hard to eat.
I want to talk to people about when the wedding wedding or the big celebration's gone. It's over the top. Like, it's like, I'm really happy for you, but that's too much.
Too much.
It's
3
too
days.
much. 3
Oh.
days is too much. And because of the Americans, they love the rehearsal dinner. And it's not
they
just the
do.
people that are going to the rehearsal. Like, everybody gets invited to the rehearsal dinner. It's like, what's the point of this? We're doing it again tomorrow. This isn't even the real deal.
sister.
Why? Why do we have to go to these things? That's another dress. It's another pair of shoes
Yeah, that's
I have to
another
pack.
outfit.
That's another time I have to do my hair. Stop
Yes.
it.
Yeah, Nat just wants to buy Venetian glass. Give her a break.
Somebody think of me.
Yes, I'm over it.
Pricey, who we work with, burst into the studio and said, I've got a story for you. Take it away,
Tell us
Pricey.
all.
I really do. So my best friend is getting married this year. We're going to Austria for it.
Austria.
We're going to Austria.
Austrian?
She is not. She is Canadian, but she's marrying a German guy, and their favourite place to ski, everybody, is in Austria.
Oh, beautiful,
Right?
beautiful.
So, of course, we're all going to trek it to Austria. This is
Kitzbühel.
This is 2 flights for me and a 2-hour drive just to get there.
Yes.
It's a 3-day event like Bezos, but also it's you have to wear block colours at the wedding.
What?
So you can't wear a pattern.
You can't wear
Yeah,
patterns.
no pinstripes.
It's literally on their website, no patterns.
On their website?
They've got a website.
They've got a website?
They've got a
Lots of
website.
weddings have websites.
Yeah.
Do
now.
they?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. And so,
that's
on the wedding
too
day,
much.
no patterns. The day before the wedding, we all have to wear traditional German dress. So I have to buy a
Get that
dirndl.
from?
This is a great story as well. But I have to buy a dirndl, and Jamie has a lederhosen because he's been talking.
Sure.
Yeah. So
It's always fun. It's always funny knowing which other countries outfits you can wear without getting cancelled. And I feel like Germany,
Yeah,
you're still
Germany,
allowed to wear
Austria, yeah.
lederhosen,
Outside of Oktoberfest.
Yes.
So looking
What
for
else?
a dirndl, my really rich friends are like, just use this website. I got one off here, and
They're really expensive.
the cheapest dirndl was €200.
Yeah.
And I was like vomiting in my mouth. And then
Timo?
so what I did is I just had a look at that actual brand on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh.
Comes up this wonderful girl called Alana. She had to go to a wedding in Germany and wear traditional dress, and she was selling it on Perth Facebook Marketplace.
Amazing.
Score it for? What did you score it for?
I got it for $150.
Yeah, it's still.
It's still expensive,
I know,
isn't it?
you're never going to wear it again. You're
I know, I
obviously
was
just
gonna
going to
say,
sell it on
Go
Marketplace
to a
again.
costume shop. It's like Walk the Plank still there, or what was the one I used to go rummaging
Doyle's.
through?
Doyle's, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I used to always go rummaging through that costume shop trying to find you guys costumes for like breakfast OBs and stuff.
Pricey.
Pricey.
Jumping
That's a
through the
lot.
hoops there.
That's a lot, especially when you already got a fly to Vienna. Oh,
Lots of schnitzel though.
I know, block cut. Yeah,
Love a
exactly.
schnitzel and schnapps.
Kurt's in Byford. Morning, Kurt.
Good morning, crew. How are you today?
Good, buddy. Now, talk to us. I mean, you're very happy for these people, but did they go a bit over the top?
I'm actually very, very happy for them. But yes, it was my cousin. So my cousin, who's an anaesthetist, and he was marrying his paediatrician wife, and they decided that they would like to go quite extreme. And the extreme part was that it was going to be a 3-day bend or a 3-day wedding over in Bali, where they would hire out a massive villa that would sleep up to about 80 people in Canggu, just outside of Canggu.
Yeah.
So basically everyone would meet there on the first day, which was a Friday, and it would be this almighty dress-up sort of party thing where the food would be catered for, and that would go on for hours and hours. Then the Saturday was the actual wedding. I was one of the groomsmen, so he's very, very pedantic about what you wear in terms of the pants, the pleats on the pants, the shirt. He was that type of guy. The colour of the shoe, the tone on the shoe. And so that went through, the wedding was absolutely amazing. It was an outdoor wedding. It was catered. It was insane. And then it finished off with a day on the front of this on the front of this villa on the Sunday, where it was completely catered for, food and alcohol throughout the entire day, which everyone came to from all different parts of Bali in terms of all the family that weren't staying at the actual resort that he
fresh
hired
in from
out.
Kuta.
And this literally went for 3 days straight.
Was it a
So
bit like, were you exhausted by the end of it?
I was exhausted after the first night.
Okay, what?
Because you're in the bridal
You've got
party,
to
mate.
back
You gotta-
up
you gotta
for
put
the
in.
wedding. Like, that's not... You're not doing it right. The wedding should be the main event, you know?
I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was. Look, don't get me wrong. It was incredible.
Yeah.
It was a great weekend. But the partying, the alcohol, the wedding, and just going on. I mean, by the third day, all you wanted to do was just have a sleep.
Yeah, please let me go home.
Not wake up for 6 hours straight. But it went for 3 days straight, which was incredible.
Yeah, because on paper that sounds amazing, doesn't it? Like you go, the Bali, that would be so beautiful, but it's like, no, I just need a nap now.
I agree. I was going to say, are you calling in from rehab? Like, how are you feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. I needed it after that.
Yeah. Oh, well, your one call of the day.
Yeah. Thanks, Kurt. Amber's in Baldivis. Hello.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Amber.
How are you all?
Great, Amber. When were you happy for them, but they went a bit overboard?
Oh, well, to be honest, it hasn't happened yet. It's next year, but it's my partner's brother's wedding, and we have to fly to England, and they're getting married in the Cotswolds, which,
Beautiful.
A couple of hours away from the hometown, and then we have to fly to France and drive 2 or 3 hours to a chateau in the middle of nowhere for a 4-day event.
Oh, my God.
Why are they having it in 2 countries?
I know, and so that's the thing. It's a small, intimate wedding in the Cotswolds for the family that can't travel, but we have to, of course, go to both. And then, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, and it's just, there's no cafe there. There's no
cafe.
Not even a cafe.
But you're staying in a chateau, mate. You don't need a cafe.
I know. I mean, look, I could think of worse things to be doing, but I'm like, oh my God, that's 4 dresses, including the wedding's 5.
Yes.
I'm like, oh my God.
You're going to have to rinse out your Spanx. There's a lot on the line here.
Sweaty Spanx.
Amber, how much is it all going to cost you?
Oh my God, I dread to think. Yes, flights and, yes, a lot.
A lot, yeah.
Wow, your listeners are so bougie. Can I just say, we don't have people calling Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel going, we're going to England and France for a wedding. It's normally surfer's paradise.
We only had 2, to be fair. The rest of them thought, this does not apply to me.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Feel the fever this Suncorp Super Netball season and join the Green Army. Get your West Coast Fever tickets at Ticketek now.
Only 2 games left before the finals. Whoa, West Coast Fever taking on the Giants this Sunday at RAC Arena. Now, normally I'm at the game in a box.
Yes.
But I will be in Turkey. But I have outsourced my box hosting to Amy Harrington-Carter.
You're all couple.
Amy.
Oh, my gosh.
Our producer Amy's and her entire family are going to be hosting the box.
Amy's good fun. I'd love a day out with Amy.
Yeah, the Harrington Carters. It already sounds.
Carters?
I know, it sounds fancy, right?
Yeah, she. Can I come along?
Okay, so if this includes pre-game hospitality, courtside drinks as well. We've got 2 box tickets up for grabs. We have around Foxy Boxies coming your way. Let's meet our contestants first of all.
Well, say hello to Bianca. G'day, B.
Hello.
Hey, Bianca.
Bianca,
Hi.
big Nettie fan.
Love it.
Yes.
What was your position?
Here if you need.
Yeah. What was your position of choice, Bianca, back in the day?
Definitely a J or a GS. No defence here.
Yeah,
No defence, all out
she was
attack.
swinging her
love it.
ponytail around.
Yep.
Yeah, we get it. Bianca, you're up against Hayley from Morley. Good morning, Hayley.
Good morning.
You sound like you would have been a defender.
I wasn't.
You weren't. Did you play?
No, a WA.
WA, Santa Court player. Yeah, she's short and she's fast.
Wow.
Nippy, we need
Aggressive? Like any,
Aggressive for sure.
Fingers to the eyes or any of that?
She went, when it was time for the umpire to check your nails, you put your hands right back so they couldn't see them.
Quickly bit them off.
Yeah, we know how it works. Okay, here's what's going to happen. We're going to roll the dice. Whichever number is rolled up, we will ask the corresponding question. If we roll the same number twice, it will be the same question. So bear that in mind. It is the first to 4. Let's test your buzzers. Bianca?
Bianca.
Hayley?
Hayley.
They're working, guys. We've rolled up number 4.
Here is the question. Which Aussie city's nickname is City of Churches?
Bianca.
Bianca?
Adelaide.
Bianca's on the board, everybody. We've rolled up number 3.
All right, number 3. What colour is... Oh, it's so appropriate I've gotten this question. What colour is absinthe? Ooh.
Oh, The answer's green. Green. Okay.
I'm so
Nat always
glad
gets
you
me
had
on the
that
absinthe
question.
when we head out. She's always, Nat, let's do
green
absinthe. Let's do
fairy.
absinthe. No, Nat.
Great. We rolled up number 2.
Here is the question. How many legs does a lobster have?
Bianca.
Delicious.
Bianca?
Haley.
Bianca? Bianca?
2?
2 is incorrect. The answer's 10. Okay.
10 legs on a lobster. Remember that?
We've rolled up question number 1, Joel.
Ooh, number 1. Here we go. Which classic board game includes a murder at the mansion?
Bianca.
Bianca?
Cluedo?
Yes, Bianca.
Yes, Bianca.
Okay, it's 2 to Bianca and 0 to Haley. We've rolled up number 3.
What colour is absinthe?
Bianca?
Green.
Yes. Bianca's on the brink of victory.
And a clean sweep.
We've rolled up question number 4.
Here we go. Which Aussie
Bianca.
city?
Yes, Bianca for the win.
Adelaide.
Yes, there it is. That's a pantsing. Haley, take your pants off.
Sorry,
front of the
Haley, you
table.
actually there?
Bianca, you are headed to the West Coast Fever versus the Giants this Sunday with RAC Arena. You're in a box. You've got pre-game hospitality. You've got courtside drinks. You've got a very good view. You're going to be up close and personal with the action. And Amy Harrington-Carter is going to be your
Oh, my
delicious
God.
host.
Can you believe it?
You have a great
Take
time,
Monday
babe.
off.
Thanks so much.
Nice work. Everybody else, there are tickets available from Ticketek. If you would like to come along and join the Green Army, get right behind them as they head towards the flag.
Yes.
Victory.
I don't want to.
Do they play for the flag or the cup or the plate just for Joel's purposes and mine?
It's a trophy, I think. I think it's a big, big trophy.
Ooh.
All right, we are out of here. Joel, have you enjoyed this morning?
I have had an absolute blast.
Do you
I'm
want
a
to come
proud
back
Perth
tomorrow?
boy.
Do you want to come
I'll
back
be
tomorrow?
I'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to talk to you tomorrow about something really weird I'm doing, like really, really weird. We were just talking about it off air.
Yes, we want to know.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it. I'm adopting an elephant, and I'll leave it at that.
Hey, Joel is
Is it
adopting
a surrogate or a gestational character?
Well, it's my sister. We're already related.
So many questions about that. All right, that will be back tomorrow. What's happening on Sam's show? Hello, Sam.
Morning all. Great hook for tomorrow. The
I know.
elephant. Joel, yeah, I'll be here. Don't
yes,
worry,
get
listening
excited,
in.
Sam.
Great show, you guys. Having him back in. Just quickly, Nat, what position do you reckon I used to play in mixed netball when I used to
wing
run around?
defence.
Close. GD.
Cheerleader.
GD. Was a defender.
Sorry, I was insulting you. Sorry. Keep going.
The first one to drop. No, that's
Guess
okay.
what I was?
A shooter, I reckon.
Yeah,
Steady
that's right,
hands,
that's
calm,
right.
composed.
Indeed.
Yeah,
And my
nice.
dad had made me, he welded a ring for me, and so I could practice a lot. And I lived on a farm, I had nothing else to do.
You were so glamorous.
I know.
Right?
The glamour. All right, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Talk to you soon.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au. Nova.